Everyone, this is Bartleby 19, and today we're going to go build a village in the end, at least start to. We'll see how far we get. Now I've already picked out a site over here and done a little bit of prep work. And it's a little loud. All right. So kind of my idea here is to try to roleplay a little bit with the village. Try to think through what would it actually be like, and try to have the village be appropriately like appropriate materials and construction for a bunch of villagers who are suddenly find themselves hanging out in the end. So I think the first thing to do is kind of figure out what level we're going to build on. And that will kind of determine how much time we have to spend clearing out relatively flat areas. I think this looks pretty good. I think I want to clear out this area for the village just so that I have like a flat area to build on, but also have a decent supply of endstone without actually having to make a big bit quarry or something. So start off doing that. Actually, before I start doing that, let's just kind of establish a little base here, kind of the edge. Let's drop a chest down. Crafting bench. Stone cutter. We're probably going to use both of those quite a bit today. And we'll just start kind of clearing this out a bit. We'll probably not clear out too much at this point. So I kind of do want to get started with the construction. So kind of the idea here is to not end up using things that that don't, well, villagers wouldn't have access. Well, assuming villagers could do the sorts of things that the player can do in Minecraft. Avoid having things that the villagers would not have access to at all based on the environment. And the end's kind of challenging for that because there's not a lot going on here in terms of resources. Right? I mean, Enderman Farm, you get Ender Pearls, and that's it. And cities have shulkers, which you can, if you, between cheesing and being lucky, you can, and building a farm for it, you can get more shulker shells, and so you could at least theoretically build shulker boxes from that and use that as a building material, which is be kind of a little funny, but it would work, except that you can't get wood in the end, natively at least. Now we've got coarse fruit, but you can't make wood out of that. If you pop it, you can make purpur blocks, but you can make purpur blocks, and that's it. So basically, we're going to have kind of this notion of, a little bit of a skyblock sort of thing with the villagers, where they have, some stuff going on in terms of what they have to start off with. So, but I'm trying to kind of keep that limited. So the resources are a little bit constrained, which I'm kind of hoping will make the whole thing feel like a little more organic and real. On the one hand, also it limits the number of things you have to go grab, and the constraints make it easier to make certain decisions as well. It's like you don't have to worry too much about, in all situations, like, given every block you possibly have access to, what looks the best here, and then you can simplify that down to, well, what would the villagers naturally have access to? That's easy to justify versus what the villagers have, or like what you could theoretically have in Minecraft at this point. And so there'll probably be a few instances of that where we use what the villagers, like can trade for amongst themselves as kind of a justification for certain things being available. But we'll try to keep that kind of to a minimum. All right, I think it's probably about good. But yeah, like our traditional skyblock, you've got overworld mob spawning, which tends to end up being an important part of how all of your inventory, item creation stuff, or item gathering works. Here, a mob farm will produce, well, if you don't build it right, nothing. If you build it to, be an Enderman farm, you'll get Enderman, which give you Ender Pearls, which doesn't give you much. All right. But one thing, so, all right, so the first thing we're going to end up having going on with the villagers is they're at least going to have, we're just going to assume they're going to have access to tools. Like some tools coming in. Because villagers can summon iron golems, we're going to assume they have access to iron. So we're not going to worry too much about, anything that has iron. We'll just, let them do that. In fact, I have the shulker prepared materials. It's just, we're going to be around here. Let's drop that down. But, the thing is, we, they definitely have access to end stones, so they can mine that. That's not a problem. Purpur is a little more of an issue. I mean, they could raid, end cities for that to a limited extent. But, they need to pop the chorus root, which requires a furnace. So for that, they would need, stone or cobblestone specifically and fuel. So for that problem, we'll have, lava and water and dripstone. So you can have a lava farm, dripstone farm, and then you can use the lava for fuel or cobblestone generator as well. Use the lava then for fuel to, fire the furnaces. We're also going to give them some moss and some spruce saplings. They can use that to, well, a couple of spruce saplings to start to get some wood. And then the moss, with the cobblestone generator and fuel, you can generate make more moss with some bone meal, which you can get from composting moss. And the villagers will probably do that manually, so I'll probably have like a little manual farm area for that. We'll figure out kind of where these things fit in terms of the village once we have the village a little more sketched out in terms of where everything's going to be. Alright, I'm just stalling. So one thing we'll want to do is grab a few chorus flowers. So, once we end up with the So the problem with coarse fruit is that if you just break it at the root, you get coarse fruit, but you can't grow new plants from just the coarse fruit. So you need to grab some coarse flowers. Now normally you would do that with a bow and arrow, but villagers, well, aside from the fact they can't use a bow and arrow, there's a little problem that they can't get string in the end natively. Like normal sources for string would be spiders, which don't spawn here and can't be made to spawn here. You could striders in the nether, which don't spawn here, can't be made to spawn here. Piglin or piglin bartering, which again isn't going to work. So you can craft string, you can break cobwebs, which don't exist in the nether in the end. You can, it's kind of a problem. So for that, we're going to have like a little chorus flower farm so that they have, a way to get more or chorus fruit. So it's a renewable resource for them. So we'll have that somewhere in the village just to motivate why they have purpur and are using that in their structures. And this one's too. So I think we'll pick around here to be the city center. At least kind of a pathway road to just get us started. Get a couple of villager houses in, and we'll start thinking about like more community oriented areas. All right. So what I was thinking for this is, like 1 block wide path is probably fine. We'll go a couple blocks off and then start. I promise I'm actually not bad at Minecraft. All right, so we'll start off with a house here. And so, let's see, I want that. I think I want. I think I actually want the. Let's see, that's fine. Let's work with it. It's like, basic structure. And then just, for the kind of normal variation, because we have just I'm gonna keep thinking moving over to my main area. I was just put over here too. So kind of in place, I mean, they're gonna have access to wood, but it's gonna be kind of a little difficult to get. So we're gonna use purpur instead. Let's see. For most of the stuff. kind of the places in a structure we normally have wood when you use purpur. All right, and so then kind of the early villages are a little bit, or villager houses are a little bit small. That's fine. And then, well, actually, I think this is bigger than a lot of native generation villages, but mhm. All right, and so then because they have a bunch of iron, I was thinking that they would, like, iron bars would be an appropriate thing for them to put in the windows. Also has a side effect that it's a block you can look through, and so you can, like, look directly at Endermen through them, and they don't freak out. So it's going to be like a concern of villagers is, even though like in game, that's never a problem. But that seems like something they would be worried about. And then we're using purpur pillars for like the kind of the beams, but for the roof material. So normally you have peaked roofs because you have precipitation like rain or snow that you need to guide off the roof. And if you have flat roofs, then that's a problem because then water builds up. So, but it's the end. We don't actually have any rainfall at all here. There's no weather in the end, which complicates survival to a certain extent. But what it means is we don't need complicated roofs. Flat roofs will do just fine. In fact, probably make the most sense, practically speaking. So that's what our villagers do. They build flat roof structures. And the other thing they do is they realize that Endermen are 3 blocks tall. Villagers are 2. So if they make their ceilings a little short, then Endermen can't get in. So that's kind of the motivation there, is to have a way to make sure that kind of the slightly scary Endermen stay out of their houses. And then they're going to use the wood mostly for fuel or other purposes, sticks for tools and whatnot. So they're not going to build with it too much, but I'm going to guess that purpur and endstone's kind of cold to walk on. Wood's more comfortable. So we have like wood floors. But then we'll have like a stone threshold. And just not for the Endermen because they can't get in because the block height, but just for other villagers. And we'll put in a door. And then we'll have a little overhang over the entrance, but nowhere else because, this essentially is 2.5 blocks tall. So, if you upset an Enderman, they can't get in. They can't teleport in because, they won't fit inside the house. But, you're close enough such that you can, get inside the door. I can do that around the full edge because, in a panic, you want to be able to see a ledge and be able to go there. Instead, if we built out a ledge over here, it's not going to be far enough. The enemy can still get you. See, you have to actually be through the door to be safe. So we won't put. It's basically just, as a convention, villagers won't, have overhangs that don't lead into defensible spaces. Just so that they have, they're not confused. Right? When they see something, if they're in a panic, you have to go try to flee a Enderman. They won't, end up accidentally going some spot where they're actually going to be safe because they see the overhang there. Okay. So let's have, put it all away. Silly me. All right. So I'll put together another house real quick. And of course we want to have, a window out front to make sure, things are clear before you leave. Just for variety's sake, let's put this one's door in the middle. That's good enough, I think. Out. There, we need, I think, quite a bit more slabs. I actually have those. Alright, so let's go and fill in here. I think we'll probably run out. Yep. Let's craft up some more. Hmm. Alright. Grab the doors. Actually, threshold first, then the doors. And we'll do wood floors. I mean, we could use slabs instead of full blocks to save on materials, but I am not exactly short on spruce at the moment. I can always make more. All right. Okay. So I have a couple of houses here to get us kind of started. So let's extend the road out a little further. Maybe, and then make another house maybe. So I was having an idea of, one of the things also that they would have figured out is that Endermen don't like water. Let's see. So then I was kind of thinking that there would be like a lot of water features in the village on account of that. So this is a slightly later building. They're a little more established. And then this one will have. Let's make it square. It's fine. This one we'll do is I'll give it a little bit of a attached patio. Oops, not quite there. And then maybe have like a second door here. And then we'll have this time we have like a broader roof area. And then go and I think now I can probably move this stuff, but yeah, so I'll probably use it all eventually. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a patio area over here. Now, basically to kind of, on one hand, make the house feel a little less claustrophobic and open, and more open, and then on the other, just kind of, a secondary location to clear out to if you have if you end up with a growing Enderman. Of course, villagers would just hang out until well, I mean, ideally, maybe. I mean, they could at least theoretically just hang out until the Enderman is, not angry at them anymore, but other things will probably happen instead that will deal with the problem. But yeah, I mean, if we really wanted to, we could, try to make sure the roofs are all bottom slabs so they're not spawnable, but really don't care too much about Enderman spawning on top. Mostly just concerned about them not making their way into the houses. Even like just having the doorway there prevents them from walking through, but it doesn't prevent them from teleporting in, which is what these slabs are doing. Okay. Okay. Right, I have an extra door, that's why. This house has 2 doors. Okay. And then we just have that going down the block just to give a little more architectural interest. There's no other reason for that. And then, because we can, actually, let's go one more block out. Just to balance that out a bit. And then, because it's have that there. Okay. And probably somewhere around here just to, because we're kind of early days of the village. 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm 1 block too wide. Yes. All right. That's fine. We'll fill it in. We go 2 more blocks out here, I think. I think we need 1 more block out that direction. So another place where there's going to be some conflict going to be dirt blocks. Though I think if it's farmland, we don't have issues. But just to kind of get things started. Six, seven, 8, 9. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, so Henderman can pick up blocks that are kind of within their natural hitbox, or kind of hitbox range. And so this is going to generally cause problems. I'm not going to have enough MI. It's generally going to cause problems just because of the... Let's make some more. Because they're going to want to pick up the soil that we're using to grow trees or farm with. So for one, if we just keep everything level with the ground like that, I don't think they can pick up those blocks at this point. Let's see, where do we have that? Just need a few more mouse blocks to start off with. Give me a second. That back. And then we're going to need to go and oops. Okay. And clean up the crap here. Alright. Actually, before we do that, I need this to be actually soil. Alright, we'll let that cook for a bit. Alright. Before we do that, I don't have any more mouse blocks, so let's grab at least one. depending on your point of view as to whether that's a plus or a minus. We don't get wandering traders in the end. So we can't have wandering traders or rely on them to help us get more rare supplies. I'm going to break all this because I think even moss carpets will interfere with spruce growth. And be back in just a moment. Okay. Let's speed things up just a little bit. Alright, so then our windows on the other houses. Have I done that yet? Yeah, good enough. Okay. Alright, so then we're going to have an area for growing normal crops. And once we have podzol, we'll get dirt out of that, and then we can, actually we'll need some composters, so let's get those whipped up real quick. That one. And then, let's see, that's enough for like 4, I think. Let's do that. Wait until that grows. Okay. All right, and then we'll probably have like the town center around here somewhere. So maybe like another house, and then, or kind of an open area is probably about a good place to stop as any. So I think it looks pretty decent. Let's do two. Yeah, let's do two. Okay. Let's try to get a quick circle here, or something close to a circle. Doesn't need to be perfect. See, can I get any coarse fruit or coarse flowers from here? No. Let's take those out then. And then we'll just for now fill that back in. All right, let's get more cobblestone. Should probably move all my supplies further forward. It's not cobblestone. All right, we'll probably not end up using raw and stone here, but come on, Betty. Okay. And then just the most basic thing we can do here. And then we have, okay, it's probably time we move all this stuff out. Let's move this out. And this will grab the other, ship that back in. We'll deal with the chest and its contents in a second. Put that here for now. Okay. Actually, it's probably going to be not up against the path. The path probably actually needs to be a little bit wider. I think all that sounds over into the box. So let's go grab it. Did I get the chests? I did not. Okay. Pretty sure I got the chests that time. Yep. Let's toss it for now. I probably need, let's see. I think trees don't actually need light, but crops do. We'll need to deal with that in a bit. Alright. Right, we're doing in stone. There, we go in a couple of blocks. Just kind of start there. And then connect there. Or, yes, let's do that. How about? Or we can go on kind of the outside, make it thick, which is fine. Alright, and then for that though, so how about we do that, because that's a little bit natural looking. And then maybe, oops. Okay. Let's see, I think we can use a pillar and some stone bricks to make kind of a nice pattern underneath. Although that is... What's going on there? Did I... It's the same number of blocks, right? Just water being funky. Yeah, I think it's water being funky because I had the scaffolding there initially. There we go. All right. because they're slabs. That's why I stopped doing that. Alright, just gonna finish out the fountain real quick. Alright, and we're kind of in a community area at this point, kind of a town center. We'll probably put in a bell in a bit. Well, eventually. I don't think I have a bell on me. I want to connect these paths because that, in terms of actual traversal of the path, you kind of want to be able to walk on it. All right. Then we'll eventually have some kind of light in the area, I think. Just for now, we'll put some torches around. They make no functional difference at this point. Doesn't really, I mean, it will affect Enderman spawning. They won't spawn where the torches are, but considering that they'll spawn everywhere else and they're quite mobile, it won't actually make that big of a difference in keeping Enderman out of the area. But it'll make a little bit of difference, so let's do that. Here we go. All right. I do have a hoe. Alright, and that got almost all of our moss converted into soil. So we'll need to do a couple more pieces there. Do we just have anything in the end chest? Maybe here, if it's anywhere. Yeah, no, this moss. I have to think about that. Is it worth keeping grass around? Anyways, alright. See, I have buckets here. So let's actually make, instead of going to flowing is kind of neat, but as a practical matter, An actual source would be nicer. Okay. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the dirt there. Let's just do azaleas real quick. What's this one? Although let's get a few of the leaves because they're pretty. We can use them as decoration. What am I doing? Okay. And we'll grab some of the, basically a combination of flowery and non-flowery leaves. Just so we can color match if we decide to use the flowering leaves as decoration, bushes, whatnot. That should be enough for now. We can always grow more if we need it. Alright. And then oops. That would have worked great if I had 2 of them, which I neglected to do. Alright, and then we'll probably put a, well, we can see. What do we have? What do we want to use here? Aesthetically, what do I want? I think the end stone looks better in that situation. Box. Yeah, it looks weird. just got those are silk touch, so till the soil. I'm at least that lazy. All right. Oops, wrong shovel. Like, why is that shovel so fast? Oops, I'm using my silk touch shovel. Not what I wanted to do. Again. Right shovel. Okay. Habits are hard to break, and that's not what I wanted. Okay. A little more. And here we go. Okay, we have the villagers here. They can farm over here, and because the Endermen can't stand below these blocks, they're not going to be able to grab them. Alright, and so that's going to be the main source of food, so let's just start off the wheat a little bit. Let's see, how much does that bother me? Not enough yet. Alright, so we got a few houses, a little bit of farms, so we can, or we have a little fountain in the town center. So we'll probably have a little, like a little patch for pumpkins. Yeah, maybe pumpkins and melons at some point. And then what else? Well, so I was kind of thinking that, you know, it'll be, I need to give these guys a floor, or proper floor. So, you know, one of the constraints here is that the villagers don't want to have locations where the Endermen can spawn in or teleport in. So, everything has to be, or nothing can be 3 blocks or taller, because otherwise Enderman could get in there. And so then, what would you want to do in that situation? Well, I mean, this is a little cramped in here. And, so maybe they'd want to have a location where they can, feel kind of safe and but still have like kind of open area away from the Enderman. So I was thinking is probably an onsen. Right, because Endermen don't like water. So just like, made an onsen, then we would have like an area they could, villagers could hang out in. That the Endermen, and they could have like, even be enclosed and have high ceilings if we wanted, but despite the high ceilings, the Endermen couldn't be in there. So probably we'll work on next. Let's see, do I have what I need for that? I think so. The other thing we need to do is kind of have an area for where the villagers do some of their more kind of industrialish tasks. So we need to actually have a location for like the lava farm, dripstone, and a place for doing like, soil generation via moss propagation on a stone and whatnot. So need to get that area set up as well. Kind of a little factory for the villagers. And should probably just leave out the lights. I mean, they will have torches, but well, I can fix the torches in a bit. Okay. All right, so then we kind of have this area over here, and like the less desirable area. All right, so I kind of have some plans for some things over in this direction. I think that's kind of where we're expanding to a certain extent. We have some area over here, will probably go down a bit. So maybe over kind of back here behind this little hill area, we can have the kind of more of the industrial part. Maybe like have some of that, like entrance actually go through the hill, since that'd be kind of secure. Right, we'll have, we'll kind of like a little underground area here. And in the end, you have to be a little careful when mining, since, there's always the void beneath, in the overworld, you run into bedrock or lava. Here, it's just, nothing. It's a bit of an issue. All right, and then over here we'll have kind of the area for doing like, the giant spruce and the moss propagation. let's get that set up. All right, we have a couple moss blocks, and so then we need to get more stone. We need one more, I think. And then theoretically, again, stay within kind of the motivated design here. We ought to have like enough materials here. I mean, I am using outside bone meal on the one hand, but on the other, the villagers are going to have moss, so they can get more, and in moss propagation mode, self-sufficient, so you end up with generally more bone meal than you consume. So we'll just assume they've done that. All right, we actually do need the extra moss block. I keep forgetting me to keep one spare. Right, well, we'll just grab some more stone. And do that, and let's see here. We have some planks. All right, let's make a quick chest for that part of town. Yeah. Let's check this out for now. This would be a good spot for a barrel, except there are villagers in the area, so if you stick a barrel around here, you're going to end up with a fisherman, which is annoying. And that's why I tend not to use barrels unless I know there's not going to be any villagers around. Which, is not really great. I mean, barrels actually are in a lot of ways nicer than chests, at least in terms of lag. They're a little bit cheaper, but the problem then being that if you have villagers in the area, I mean, it's like those and composters are... Yeah, see this? This is why I don't like Endermen. Thieves. Thieves! Stealing my precious moss. Run. Get to safety. Anyways, so yeah, point of conflict. let's do this the usual way. Now let's drop this stuff off first. Stay away from my precious moss. All right. All right, let's plant the seeds. And clamp inventory a little bit. Yeah, we don't have quite enough light in the corners. So let's fix that real quick. We'll do better later on, but this will work for now. Yeah, I know I got plenty of rows. I just don't care right now. Alright, now that everything's level with the ground, I shouldn't have problems with Enderman picking up the moss blocks, but I'll have issues whenever I go to harvest. Which is a bit of an argument for just always using water as part of that process. Alright. So that started. We also need like cobble and stone generation over here and kind of a little more secure entryway because, you know, that's not great. Okay. Want stairs. I'll probably end up putting slabs up to make it easier for the villagers to get through and impossible for the Endermen. I feel I'm going to be doing a lot of that. Alright, and then I think for the rest we'll do slabs because we'll probably end up using a lot of slabs. I think maybe one there, right? And then, yeah, I think we don't have issues with I think if I'm close to the villager height, that won't be a problem for the villagers to traverse. just kind of pretend this area doesn't exist. Clear this out, just make it a little bit more. Kind of finished looking. I can just kind of pop out over there. I mean, ideally, maybe a bit different. We need to go. Yeah, we just take that out. It's fine. Out there. And then. Top slab. Okay. So then now we have a little space for the some more industrial type stuff here. All right, and then from here is kind of where we have the dripstone farm, lava farm. So I just need to figure out how I want to set that up. And I mean, that's going to have its own path. At least for now. All right. So then we can have here. Although we're not going to have this much just because we don't have enough dripstone blocks. I'm going to end up putting much of this stuff back, but oh well. All right. So we could have, let's see, we have, let's be careful about what we do here. I think we can do 12 and still everything kind of work out, but just start with 8 for now. All right, that will do for now. I want 2 buckets. as well. Yeah, it's good enough. All right. Let's just drown myself. It's fine. Do I not remember? Yeah, okay. Let's. So it's kind of a pain to set up. I think we're all good here. Put that there. Let's see. You know, probably just gonna be easier at this point to do the whole thing. So, although actually we don't need, yeah, we don't need this much of a dripstone farm. Let's do a second layer. And then that should be good enough. I can put in more dripstone once I get it. This is going to be a very inefficient farm, but we should be able to do one more, although we can't really do, let's see, this one, we need to do a slab, well, honestly, it might be amusing if an Enderman teleported and got trapped there, so we'll leave that there. Okay, and then on this side, we have the more dangerous one, which is going to be the lava farm. And getting this done safely is always a bit of an issue, but so I think this one will probably end up recessing just a bit. What I want is to have the lava be accessible so I can add more once I get more. I'll probably have it be 4 deep so I can have access on both sides. This will be where I go down to actually access it. In which case I probably didn't need to do that. But we have the lava be there on that level. Then on, see them coming on this side, so on this side, we're going up. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. And then yeah, we need to go one block further back. We want 8. And then we can go, yeah, see where, maybe it's not so terrible. Maybe just slab up the top here. Right, and then maybe just move everything down one. We can go deeper in if we need to. Alright, so I can access the lava from there. And the lava is here. Right. No, actually, I want to have 2 levels. All right. Just temporarily will ditch some stuff in here. have so block, dripstone, cauldron. Oh, I actually have 2 levels of dripstone and cauldron eventually. Alright, and we'll just, yeah, let's do that for now. And then is that that's the path through? Alright. Waste where that needs to be, that's fine. Alright. Yep, okay. Alright, and then let's go step the lava and doing a cauldron real quick. Again, we're assuming that because they're villagers and they can summon iron golems, they have iron access and don't have to worry about that. Okay. And then let's see. We'll just do something simple there. Give him a few furnaces, just shove it in the wall. That'll be fine. Dry sand. Yes, okay. Do we have enough? Not quite. Let's get some more cobble. Okay. And then eventually we'll go and make sure we can access that without the Enderman being able to get in. But for now, this is good enough, I think. We can always just duck in here if we need to. Should probably actually extend that over for at some point, but yeah, for now, we'll leave it. It's fine. Okay, so we're got the buildings here. And some around here. We'll kind of have a, let's see, we kind of want to have a kind of town hall area with some other stuff, probably like a trading area for eventually like workstations for librarians. And maybe stonecutters, masons, stuff like that. But for now, I think that's pretty close. Just gotta wait for the random ticks to hit over here to get some more stuff, but you know, of course, you can always just pretend things happened and give them, you know, more lava. I mean, you know, if we're going with the notion that time doesn't actually just stop when I'm not around, and you know, the villagers just keep living their lives regardless of my presence or absence from the area, then you know, we could just assume that there'd be more lava by the time I get back and dripstone be grown, so there'd be more of each of those things. But for the time being, those aren't there, so I think that's kind of there. And the bucket should stay, I think. Might move that chest or add another chest down into the kind of industrial area. Alright, so let's dump the stone here. Alright. Now this is a little bit tricky because I don't know what height I want it, but we'll just, I guess, just try it here and then adjust. So we'll probably work on adding the villagers next stream. That will be a bit of a project in itself. But for now, I want to do a little bit of a different thing. Just over here. More or less centered. Let's see, do we do it there or do we do it? I think south. Or destruction. This feels like south. I don't care if it's actually south or not. I declare thee south. That's about the right alignment. Alright. Alright, let me get a reference image up real quick for myself. And let's get to work. Okay. Let's start. Yeah, let's actually start. A little below. And then. I think that's where I've got that going. I believe so, yes. Okay. And then. Cherry. Let's see. I think I want that one block back. Let's get some scaffolding up. Okay. Stairs. Trapdoor. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stairs. Slab. Back to terracotta. Actually on each side. And then there. There. And then I need one. That's the layer we want. With a 3 in the middle. Alright, let's drop this off real quick. I'm gonna need that soon enough. But for now, since we just need the stairs. Let's put those in my hotbar so I can get a make a quick getaway in case I anger an Enderman like that. And we'll probably need to stop by the farm on the way back, but that's fine. Kind of circular. It's not quite a circle. It's going to be a problem a lot, isn't it? Alright, I think I think that's enough. Okay. Mm-hmm. You know what, let's just kind of torch the area up a little bit. This won't do anything to the existing Endermen, but next time I fly away, it'll be they'll be a little less dense around the build. Which should reduce the amount of time, if not eliminate, how much time I end up spending flying away to, or always having to deal with angry Endermen that don't want to be looked at. Okay, nose. eyelash, eyelash, eyelash. Why did I do that? I grab it. Oh, it's over here. Okay. Let's just do that. It really doesn't make a difference. But we're going to do it anyways, just for cleanliness sake. Okay. I think for the rest, we're just going to go up layer by layer from the reference. Just because it's probably going to be easier for me. I kind of want to get this done. All right. And then let's, yeah, we need stone. Let's see here, we've got, yeah, we should have enough. Should be done with the white terracotta. And don't think we have more than 16 of those in this build. But that's enough for now, at least. All right, and then on top. And then we have some, not the first layer, but the second. Which means we need to have more up here to cover those spots. Need to get at least this high. Probably need to go actually one more up from here. Let's see. I say temporarily. All right, that should do. Let's see. That one's way too close to the other one, so we can grab that. That one there. That one there. There's down one. We'll just have to see where that's least visible. Probably actually would make more sense to put on the back side. Let's just do that now. All right. Okay, and then over here, it's light blue terracotta. I think we're done with the pink wool for now. And then we have stone. And then stair. And stone. And then smooth stone. Actually, we should eat first before we do that. Purple stairs already. Then we have, see, stone, light blue, smooth stone, light blue, stone. Let's see, stairs, I'll have a slab there in a second. And then we have smooth stone, stone, light blue, smooth stone. So you have purple there in a second. Oh, we have purple. I think I see another purple. And then, let's see, light blue, smooth, stone. And then here we have light blue. And then we'll have stone there, light blue. Okay. Smooth stone, and we have stone. We have light blue, stone, smooth stone, light blue, stairs, light blue, smooth stone, 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 stairs, and then need a little more stone. And then kind of behind here, we've got, it's actually 2 layers back, I think. All right. And then we'll just fill this in a little because it's kind of ugly without that, and we'll do that in a second. I think that's that side done. Let's fill in that gap. Okay, then on this side we got more stone. Same deal here. Need to go back. Fill that in. think that does the bottom. I think now we're at the top. Let's see. Can we fit everything else we need in the inventory? Yes. All right. I don't need that though. And we're going to do slabs in a second, but okay. Hold amethyst there, and there. And then oops, on this side. Jewels up. We want smooth stone, diorite, diorite, smooth stone, and then we want the calcite. We want calcite here, here, and here, and then one level back there, and there. Let's see. And then we deal with the buds. So bud there, bud there, bud there. Bud there. And a bud there. Yes, I did. Okay. And then a bud there. And the full clusters are here, 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 there. And to cap it off, one glittering diamond block. And it might be. Let's see, is that all from the primary build? Okay, yeah, we still need the flaps. And that's level 1. Okay. See how many? That's 5. Okay, that's what I want. All right, so we have that. We also don't have those. That's a minor. Oops. Bottom half. We'll temporarily put that there. Okay. And then we have these. We have one that's there. And this is behind this block, right? Yes, so that is there. And then we have the flap here. All right, is that? dude, chill. Okay. I want to get rid of that end island over there. But otherwise, I think that is... Oh yeah, we got to do the forehead. That's just missing. Yeah, we got the stairs, and we just need a slab for that. Okay. And we need one more regular stone slab as well. All right. All right. Does that do it? Let's see, maybe trim down a block on the sides there. And then we'll have to go and do something about that island. But otherwise, maybe that actually needs to go back one more block. That's the issue, I think. Yeah, I think that's probably the issue. We just need to go one block further back. So the height was good. And then we'll just make that a little more solid. And we'll deal with the backside someday. Still not quite sure what I do with the backsides of these, but yeah, that's better. Okay. Look too tall over there. Where is that? Or is it just too far forward? Yeah, it's too far forward. This should be one block back. All right, I think that just about does it. Like I said, I'll have to deal with the end island in a second, or in a second, sometime later. Yeah, the end island there is kind of disrupts the view a little bit, but that I think is looking like I want to look. I'll have to deal with the sides in a bit, but that's fine. And then we'll probably just have the building maybe a little bit further out. But I think that works pretty well. All right, let's pack up. All the stuffs that I didn't use. And at some point we'll have to go through and clean up the back, but as I've said before, I never do the back, so. Alright. But otherwise, all things considered, that's looking pretty good. Probably need more torches there. One there. And there to light up the background here a bit more. Yeah, it looks better. All right. And hopefully, well, I mean, that really wasn't that bad, but hopefully we can get the preserve this view, and then we won't have to go and move the whole thing up or down a block to have a nice place to take a look at this. But or I just move it all back a few blocks. Who knows? But I'm above the fountain and stuff. Just have something like over here. All right, that's a pretty good view, all things considered. We have like a balcony for like a town hall thing here, which is the primary viewing location. That would work. Like there. Okay. All right. So I think this is a good place to stop. Let me go and some wheat, and we'll replant the seeds. And next time we'll get villagers. All right. But for now, that is the beginnings, at least, of the end village. And we'll have a bit more next time. Just to make sure. Normally these things don't look terribly good with shaders, but yeah, with the end fog, it's not that great. Let me see if it works a little bit closer. It's like it's not awful, but yeah, but the version I think without the shaders is definitely better. Now I think a lot I can do with shaders turned on. All right, I think I'll do it for now. thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.